So about 2 years of resisting the urge to buy a tech pouch, I finally buckled down and got this tech organizer by Tomtoc. So let's talk about it. Was it a good deal, or should I save my money and spend it elsewhere? What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar with MF and Research, and for today, we're looking at the Tomtoc Tech Organizer. I'm going to run through the specs. I'm going to show you what it looks like empty so you get a feel for the pockets, and then I'm going to show you how I have it loaded out right now. After that, we'll talk about some of the pros and some of the areas where I think it might can improve. So the Tomtoc Tech Organizer comes in two sizes. The smaller comes in at 1.4 liters, and the larger one comes in at 2.4 liters. This is the 2.4 liter, so we're going to talk about it today. It also comes in two colors. It comes in the black, which is what I have, and it also comes in a blue. On the website, they advertise it as either a Dopp kit or a tech organizer. Since I've got the task and roller, that is my favorite. I haven't found anything to beat it yet. So for me today, the Tomtoc is going to be used as a tech organizer. So funny thing, after some shopping, and if you've seen my EDC haul, I've ended up backing myself into quite a few Tomtoc items. So what I'm gonna do, and I have access to a few more, and there's a few more that I have my eye on. So what I think I'm going to do is once a week, you're gonna see a Tomtoc video from me. It's gonna be a series on Tomtoc products in their line. You'll have a good feel for the Tomtoc line and some of the items they offer. And if there's something you wanna see in this series, let me know in the comments and I'll try to get it for you if I can. So what I'll do is put them all together in a playlist, and what you can do is build out your own Tomtoc travel system. What you have is the usual Tomtoc visual cues, especially when you're talking about the Explorer line. It's solid colors usually, heavy duty fabrics, heavy water repellent, sometimes YKK zippers. This one does not have YKK zippers, or I didn't see that it said that it had them, but it does say that they're AquaGuard zippers, so that's a good thing. It does say it's recycled polyester, so if you want more sustainable materials, that's something good to have as well. Looking at this organizer, I'm going to be honest. I feel like they took Peak Designs tech pouch and Air's cable kit or their tech pouch, put them together in a DBZ fusion, and came up with this guy. Some people may feel some type of way about that. A lot of other clones are out there. This is just another one of them. I'm familiar with Tomtoc, so I'm not gonna hit them too hard for that. Plus, if you look at the Air Cable Kit 3, it takes that accordion design too. So they're all following suit at some point or another. So it comes in at 10.24 by 5.91 by 3.94. There's a whopping 18 pockets of organization. That might be too much for some of you, or that might just be a dream for others. I'm somewhere in the middle. The other feature that they talk about is the removable SD card panel. It also has EVA foam on the outside to protect it from any drops or anything like that. So now let's go to the table and take a look at it. All right, here it is empty. Now you can see it. One thing to notice with the padding, it does keep its shape. That's kind of squeezing it down, and I'll show you how thick the padding is when I open it up. So that's the padding right there. It's padding on the top, padding on the sides, padding for your phone. Here are all the pockets. If you remember, like I was saying, it kind of looks like it took some of the Peak Design homework. One thing I do wish is that some of these pockets were adjustable to kind of fix and adjust to meet your needs if you need something else here. But as it stands, it's pretty good organization. So let's just go through. Here's your padded pocket for your phone. Here's open space right there. I usually put my Anchor 11-in-1 USB-C dock right in there unless I'm using it for something else. There's two pockets right here. So these four pockets are pretty much the same layout. Right here, you've got 4 elastic loops. GoPro batteries fit here. Camera batteries can fit here. And then here's kind of the large central pocket. Keeps things pretty much separated, and I do like that. Here's a pocket right here. They're thin, not as much padding as right here, but they're nice little slip pockets. A little notebook or something can go right in there. Here's the key leash. You've got 2 elasticized pockets right here with a bit of a lid on them. And then you've got your pin loops. So 1 and 2. So this top one's a little narrower than the bottom one. Hey, I hope you're liking the video so far. Don't forget to like, comment with any gear reviews you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe to MF for Research. Any support helps grow my little small corner of the EDC community. Now back to the video. Now that you've seen it empty and have a feel for the 18 pockets, let's look at how I filled it up. All right, like I like to do, we'll start from the outside, work our way inside, show you what it looks like now that I have it loaded out. Starting from the outside, there's nothing really out here. It's just the basic black Tomtoc that you're used to seeing. So now let's talk about those grab handles. I've just got a hero clip right here. There's a loop right there that you can put a smaller carabiner. There's another one right there. This is the grab handle for this way. And then there's also the horizontal grab handle this way. This one's a little tighter to get your fingers in, but you're gonna be using it this way more than anything. So now they've got their Tomtoc branded zipper pulls along with their logo in right there. It does say that these are YKK zippers, so that's a good thing too. So let's open it up and look inside. So starting from the back, I'll just go this way. This is a padded compartment. You can put your phone here. There's padding here on this side, and then there's external padding. So that's to keep your stuff nice and protected. What I usually put is I just have an old phone case. Usually if I'm recording and I need to show the space of a phone, I record with my iPhone. So this represents a phone a lot of times, just like now. So going on the inside, this is usually where I put my little U-Green SD card reader, otherwise I'll lose it. So it just sits right in there. These slots are probably designed like we talked about for batteries, but this is what I use it for. Compressible wipes if I need to wipe something down, if I make a mess, they're in here. A Sharpie. You've seen this a couple times before. This is just where I keep a lot of my dongles, extra SD cards, and stuff like that. Goes in there. I don't have this thing packed out to the gills, but there's plenty of extra space, but I think it's good for what I need it for. Here is just my 3-in-1 charger if I need to charge while I'm out and about. And this is the cable for it. Right under the cable, I've got some Velcro ties. I like these better than zip ties in a lot of applications, especially in tech, because you can use them over and over again. And unless you have the reusable zip ties or you want to trim your zip ties, you don't have to worry about trying to cut them, and they just come off a lot easier. So in here, I usually have two things, this guy and an SSD drive. My SSD drive is being used right now, so it's not in here. It's just the Samsung T7. You've seen them all over the place, so I don't think you really need to see it in here if you really need to. I'll take a picture and post it on Instagram. And this right here, and this thing's days are probably numbered. What this is designed for is to keep my phone cool. So if I'm recording and I've got the mic going and I'm doing video, the phone can get a little hot. And what this is designed to do is actually cool the phone. So once you plug it into a USB port right there, it starts to cool. And it actually does get cold to the touch. But I think what's happening now, it's just been old. I've had it for a while. It's a little beat up. Now it makes more noise, and actually it gets hot itself. So I'm going to try it maybe 1 or 2 more times, and if it doesn't work any better, I'm going to chuck it and get something else in here. Here's my U-Green charger. You saw that in the gear haul video. This goes in here along with the charging stuff to keep stuff charged. And if I need some quick charge on the go, I finally found a home for this Anker battery that I've had for a while that I'm not a big fan of, and it really just does the trick of giving me like a quick partial charge. So this is what this is for. This is like my 3rd string, the backup to the backup to the backup. So back here, I don't have anything in here. I think once or twice I put my SSD drive in here, but that's about it. I don't have anything right there. Here is the SD card panel that's removable. I've just got an SD card right there. I've got a couple nibs for my pencil that I use on my iPad, a SIM ejector tool. I think I've got one more SD card right there, and I've got a couple SD cards that are in other places. So we'll just stick that, I guess, right here for right now. I don't really like that right there, but I'll just put that right there for the sake of this video. Here's the little key leash. We'll get that out the way. Oh, lost the nib. So we'll just stick that there so I don't make another mess. All right, so in here, I don't think I put anything on this side, but right here, what I have is one of those credit card style tools. And I think I'm actually just fumbling around with that. I'm tired of fumbling around with this. I'm gonna move that right there from now on. So that's where that's gonna go from now on. It was here, I liked it because it was just tucked away, but it's gone now. So here, sometimes I'll put my iPad pencil in here, the Binks iPad pencil. And here is just a pen by Sharpie that I put in here. And that's pretty much it. So now that you've seen it empty and how I load it up, let's now talk about the pros. And while I want to call them cons, they're not really cons, they're just more things that I would like to see to make it better for my needs. So one of the first things, I really like the space. There's plenty of space for everything you need. Not only is the space good inside the pouch, it fits right inside your EDC backpack perfectly. You're not gonna fit it in the sling, but if you have your full backpack, it fits perfectly in there. Not gonna lie, I usually don't put it in my backpack. I kind of use it as a desk caddy most of the time. So it goes with me from my desk upstairs if I wanna sit outside, or it goes in the garage if I'm out there. So with that space, I do like the layout. There's good areas of organization for everything you need. So that's beneficial. You can keep your stuff separated and you can see it pretty easily when you go in the pouch from the top down. I do like the EVA foam on the outside. Depending on what your bag is or depending on how you're carrying it, I've dropped it a few times and I don't have to worry about my stuff in there getting messed up because the foam does add some padding and it does add some protection. So I'm appreciative of that. If you want a more streamlined look, that's on you, but for me, I value the protection. And for the price, you can get it at 35 bucks or less, depending on if there's coupons or not. That's a fantastic value for what you're getting. The material seems to be good quality. The stitching seems to be pretty good. And last up, I do enjoy the grab handle. There's kind of two. So there's this one, the main grab handle that I'm going to use most of the time. And then there's this guy that you can use this way to hold it vertical if you want to do that. So now for the cons. I feel like the pin loops, they're a little too large. I could put Sharpies in there and they would fit just fine. But I feel for my pins, and I've tried a few different pins in there, the pins are a little narrow for the slot. And I found that same issue in the utility pouch too, by alpaca that I have, and you just have to use a pin with a clip to keep that in there. I do wish that on the front there was some sort of quick access pocket. Looking at it, you could probably put one right there. A zipper right there would be pretty easy to do, and it could be those things that you need real quick. If you need like a dongle or something, just the charging cable, you could put those important quick things. Or if you're putting your wallet in there, you can put your wallet in there real quick and have quick access to it without opening the whole pouch. So the removable SD card panel, I like the idea. I'm not necessarily a fan of the execution. I feel like there needs to be some kind of way to attach it to the pouch. Either a hook and loop section or a slot or a button or something like that, just to keep it in there. Yes, you could slip it into one of the compartments, but why make a big deal about it being a feature if you're not gonna clamp it down well? The key leash and the loop, they don't quite match up well enough, so I wouldn't put it there. Speaking on that key leash, you can just ditch that all together. They have in the pictures an AirTag connected to it. I would rather have the AirTag internal hidden, especially somewhere in here. You could put it in one of the sides very easily. Do you have the Tech Organizer by Tomtoc? Don't forget, this is the first video in the Tomtoc series. If the series is done, you'll have the playlist on the screen. If not, you'll see it in the future. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. I'm Lamar, this is MF and Research, and I'm out.